At first investment property, $90,000 in damages. I had police coming by. Oh, that's just, I had insurance claims. Everything went wrong in that rental property, which is why I really want to share this video of the top 5 things you must need to know. When I was 26 years old, I didn't have a lot of money. I barely scraped enough to buy a rental property. So I was too stingy at the time to get a real estate mentor. I mean, I saw my friends doing it. They were really young, and I saw them. They inspired me to jump into real estate investing. I thought, how hard could it be? They're so young. They're buying rental property. So naturally, I bought a lot of books and then I became the ideal student of these real estate investing books. So in this video, I will go over the top 5 things you absolutely need to do before starting out. If you take the time to build a solid foundation knowledge, which you are by watching this video, you'll be ahead of so many people out there who dive into real estate investing, including me 14 years ago. The like button, it would mean the world to me. Subscribe below, join the Financial Nirvana Mama community. So let's get back to the video. This is what the books teach you. They go through a whole chapter of telling you why you need to invest in real estate because you want to get rich. Yeah, of course. So then they tell you, okay, now that you want to get rich, these are all the steps you must absolutely take. You need to find a rental property. So go get deals from your agent. Get them send as many deals as you possibly can to fill up your inbox. Then every rental deal, crunch out those numbers, math it up, make sure all the expenses are covered. Once you find a hidden gem, put in an offer. And once an offer gets accepted, you go get a mortgage, and then you go find a tenant, and then your tenant's going to live there. You're going to start collecting rent, and then the money starts rolling in. Which actually is kind of true because your tenant does pay down your mortgage. But money and mathing it up and crunching all the numbers isn't the only consideration. I was absolutely getting exhausted looking at every deal that my agent was sending. And I was chasing every deal that cash flowed. Now, picking your first investment property can be a daunting task. And I felt exactly like this when I bought my first investment property many moons ago. But that's why I want to share my top 5 absolutely must know before you invest in real estate. For number 1, discover your motivation. No matter how knowledgeable or prepared you are, you will face challenging situations in your path through real estate investing. So you need to please understand your why before you acquire these brick and mortar assets filled with tenants, because tenants are like children. Really knowing why you're doing it will prepare you through any sticky challenges and motivate you to continue investing because you want to succeed in this journey. And also knowing why you're investing in real estate will guide you through decision making, like what are you looking for in your first investment property? So ask yourself, what is your motivation for becoming a real estate investor? And what do you want to achieve by investing in real estate? Typically, I hear people say, well, I want to invest in real estate because I want to achieve financial freedom. That's great. Those are really great that's awesome. But those are super broad. So please narrow it down. What's your reason why? To help clarify this broad response, I like to tell you about this 5 why strategy is simply asking yourself, why do you want to invest in real estate at least 5 times until you reach your clarity? For whatever reasons it may be, once you have that super clarified in your mind, you can ask yourself at each decision point when you look at a rental property, will this rental property get you closer to your why and to your end vision, to your goals, or will it take you away from it? So bottom line, clarify your motivation, clarify your why, your goals before you begin investing in real estate. Now, this brings me to number 2. What financial resources do you have? A lot of real newbies will just go straight into the deals because the agent will send it to them and then they'll say, whoa, this cash flows, I got to put in an offer. And then it's because the rental income looks great. But then they only worry about the money, like getting the financing until after the property is conditionally sold. So if financing falls through, not only do you lose an awesome deal, but also you lose credibility as an investor. You can ask yourself, how much can I afford? Because you know what? Rental properties are expensive. Are you pre-qualified for financing? And what are the terms in your financing? Like what's the interest rate? Also, do you have investment capital? Like do you have a down payment? Beg, borrow, but don't steal money to find that down payment. So bottom line, clarify your finances. What financing terms can you get? What can you afford? Because real estate investing is expensive. Number 3, what kind of property should you invest in? When I bought my first investment property, I jumped into a triplex, which is essentially a 3 unit property, which had 3 apartments because the numbers look great. It cash flowed, yay! And it was in a super nice location. So, a crappy house in a great location, which is a great win in real estate investing. But I super underestimate the workload. That triplex was high maintenance, and I grossly underestimated the amount of time I need to not only manage but also renovate this property because I had 3 apartments, which mean many tenants. I think I had three, four, five, seven, 8 tenants I had to manage, so it was just overwhelming. Also, ask yourself, this is super important. What type of tenants do you want to attract? If you can think of what type of tenant you want to attract, it really zeroes in and narrows in the type of rental property you want to look for. So, bottom line, identify the lifestyle you want to live and the type of tenants you want to deal with while holding this rental property. And with this in mind, you can narrow down your ideal investment strategy. So brings me number 4. Research your market and define your target areas. Any reading or training you take prior to purchasing your first investment property, it will be a learning experience. And for that reason, I recommend keeping your first investment property close to home. By keeping it close to home, you will be familiar with the area and you'll be able to easily take charge should anything go not according to plan, because it will happen. And to maximize your investment, encourage you looking for these factors in a particular neighborhood in your city. Is there population growth? Is there investments like in infrastructure, like in transit or in transportation? Like, is there a new bridge coming aboard? Is there a new transit system that's coming close by? Also, is there a diverse job growth? Like, not just looking at a city that's focused on oil and gas, but has high tech jobs, government jobs? Does it also have low vacancy rates, meaning it's a hot rental area? Look for low vacancy rates of less than 3%. Also, does it have a strong housing demand? Like, do people actually want to live in that area? All these factors in a neighborhood encourages housing demand, giving you the highest and largest probability of a nice return on your investment because that's what you want. So, bottom line, research your market and define your target areas that will give you the greatest probability of success and a nice return. So, number 5, what are your investment rules? Creating rules helps you eliminate second guessing, helps you focus on finding your ideal first investment property. Rules may include features that a property must or must not have that could positively or negatively impact rental income and your lifestyle. So ask yourself, what is the bare minimum cash flow you feel comfortable with a rental property? Some people are okay with being break even, meaning it just barely covers the expenses. Some people want a bit of extra cash flow, which is the smart way. Also, how long do you want to hold the property? How far are you willing to drive to that property? What features in a property do you want to avoid? Like, example, electric heat, low ceilings, condo fees, heating oil tanks. Personally, I hate baseboard heating oil tanks, low ceilings. These are absolutely features I do not look for in a rental property because it just makes a pain in the butt to rent it out and it digs into my bottom line. Bottom line, develop your own rules to keep you focused when screening through deals and help you gain confidence in your decision making when you pick your first investment property. Take the time to build a great foundation, which is what you're doing right now by watching this video, rather than jumping straight into the deals and mathing it up and only focusing on the returns. If you follow all of these steps diligently, you should be ahead of most new real estate investors out there, and you will fast track your process. You will gain confidence in picking your first investment property. If you like this video, let me know. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe below. Joining this community is free. Thank you.